it's me again, and today I'm going to be doing another story time. In my previous story time, I was telling you a story about how a girl stole my watch. Yeah. So if you haven't watched that, go and watch that now if you want to. And I'm just going to tell you why I'm wearing this. I'm wearing a wig because I don't want you to see my real hair colour for anonymous and privacy reasons. I'm wearing sunglasses because I don't want you to see my eyes, duh. And for anonymous and security reasons. So this is my face. Yeah. And I was going to say something else, but I can't remember right now, so I'll tell you maybe later. And this story time is going to be about a guy crushing on you. Or me. In this instance. So, let's start off. I'd say about last year. I was on my, social media game-ish thing. I was like, no. And then this guy texts me, and I'm gonna, change his name, because I'm gonna say his name a lot in this video. And it's gonna be Jeff. Because I'm pretty sure he liked that meme. I mean, not meme, Ryan. Yes. So, yeah, Jeff, he's like, oh, hey. And I'm like, oh, hey, Jeff. And I was like, he's like, yeah, I like you. And I'm like, what? Huh? Yeah. So I was pretty shocked at this. There's all fluff in the way. Goodbye, fluff. See, it's purple. Yeah, purple's my favourite colour. So I'm like, cool, yeah, I like you too. Because I was just like that. Yeah. So I'm not going to talk about that though. I'm not going to go into detail. And I didn't really like him at that time. But I like him as a friend. But I'm just going to tell you how desperate, guys, desperate he was. He was so darn desperate. So, recently, I had this school dance. And I was just hanging out with my friends. We are like friends. We really like each other. I mean, not in way. We like each other in yay way. So, I'm like, okay, yeah, great, hanging out with you friends. And we kind of had an argument, not me and my friends, but Jeff. I mean, not an argument, but I kind of look, I don't think I'm how do I put this? It does not sound weird. I'm not kind of ready to be in a relationship yet. And he's like, yeah. So he's depressed, and he's been trying to catch my attention ever since. And I know it's kind of mean of me to say that, but I'm sure you must understand, if he was playing with your mind, there's this other guy, I'm going to call him, I'm looking around my room for inspiration. I know, we're going to call him Watch, okay? Yeah, so Watch, he pretended to be Watch, which was so mean. And he pretended that Watch liked me. I just got so mad then. And I was like, okay then. So, yeah, that's partially why I didn't like him anymore. So then, I was at the disco, or dance, whatever you want to call it. And I was hanging out with my friends, crumping. No, we weren't. We were dancing, I think it was to the Nene or something. No, it wasn't. It wasn't to Bills, it was to, let's just say Nene, watch me whip, watch me Nene, now watch me whip, watch me Nene. I do not own that song, please don't kill me for copyright. Please don't kill me for copyright. Yeah, so we were walking around, we had it in, I think, yeah, it was a tent thing. So I was walking out of the tent. And I had 5 juices. I was hyper. I was hyper because of the juice. No, not really. I did have a lot of juice there though, because I didn't have Coke, which was stupid. So I was gonna go chuck my Rappy Ned straw thing, and I was like, woo, yeah, my third juice, rebel, woo, yeah. So I was chucking the straw thingy away. I was walking back, and then I spilt juice on my dress. It was purple dress, like, up to my knees. I spilled it, like, at the bottom, like, next to where my knee would be. And I was like, oh, man, I spilled juice on my knee. And I've only been here for, like, trust me, like, 5 minutes. So, like, he's looking at me. So, he's depressed for some reason. Like, his parents have paid, like, a ticket, like, for a ticket. For a ticket. And he's, like, sitting there being depressed, like, oh, my life is ruined. Probably not because of me. Probably because of, like, I don't know. God knows why. God knows why. Yeah. So, he's, like, depressed. And I'm just saying to my friends, why is he checking me out? And, like, one of my, one of the girls in my group, I'm going to call her Diamonds. No, I'm not. I'm not going to call her Diamonds. Because that's a bit weird. I'm going to call her Scissor. Scissor. And she's like, yeah, I know, Maisie. Why is he checking you out? It's really creepy. And he's, like, checking me out like this. Is like the bench. Well, it's not even a bench. It's like a line of wood. And he's, like, sitting on it. And he keeps looking at me like this. It's like, oh, so cute. And trust me, I was not wearing that much makeup. I was literally just wearing some mascara. So I'm looking at him like, yeah, what is it, honey? I didn't do that, of course. And I tried not to make eye contact. It was weird. Ow. Yeah. So, and then I'm just carrying on, and he keeps staring into my soul. And he's done that on many occasions. Like, previously, this time before, there's, like, this, like, in our playground, there's, like, this conservatory. If you've ever heard of a conservatory before. It's like this plastic thing, or glass. And it's see-through. Pretty much. But ours was not see-through. So I was, like, standing behind it. So it's like a kind of a tube thing about at like this big. It was not very big at all. Yeah. So I like had pigtails in like this, but like yeah, not very long. My hair's not that long. And like his mates were checking me out. I am not kidding you. I am not kidding you. His mate were like checking me out. They were like looking around. So here's the fence. No, not the fence. The conservatory. So they're like that, like talking to what was his name again? I can't remember his name. Jeff. So they're like talking to Jeff, and then they're like looking round at me, and I can feel like I don't even know why, but when they're looking at you, you can feel their eyes burning into your soul, like. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm looking around. So I'm standing with my back to them. So I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, and then he's like checking me out too. So he's like, huh? Like he's not blind though, but he's like looking and staring. So then my friend starts to skip away, like in a really crazy manner. She's like, la-di-da-di-da. And of course she had to have pigtails in too that day. So like, they were like flat though, like this. So she's like, la. So of course her pigtails were like going around like this, like yeah. Sorry about the wig in this condition. It's getting caught in my bracelet. Yeah. So I copy her because she is just so cute and funny. So I'm like la di da, and I have pigtails on like this, and my hair's pretty short, so it's like this, I'd say. And they're like, la, 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 they're like waving everywhere. And then I can feel, like, I didn't even know how many of them there were. There were about 12, and I can feel, like, all 12 of them staring straight into the back of my head. I try not to look around, but it's too hard. Okay, going back to the disco. So I'm, like, dancing, like, yeah. I'm, like, to cheerleader, I think. Can't remember. So, dancing, getting juice, walking away to the bin. And then him and his mates are playing football. Wait, before we go to football, we're going to go back to our sitting on the bench. My friend was like, oh no, you don't think it's me, is it? So I'm like, nah, it couldn't be you, because apparently she did something or said something to him, and sometimes he gets offended, like, quite easily. So, we go up to him, And he's like sitting there. I didn't know he was crying. He had his sunglasses on. So he like took his sunglasses off. I'm not going to take mine off. And he's like crying like, yeah. So I'm like, oh my god. So I'm just like sitting there. And the whole time he's like looking at his mate. His mate's called Jeff Jr. Let's call him that. And he's like looking at his mate and then looking at Lo and then looking at me like, yeah, it was weird. I mean, he didn't smile though. And I'm like, look, Jeff, you shouldn't be upset because it's a really nice like afternoon. It was like an evening afternoon thing. And it's really hot and there's like cool tunes playing. You shouldn't be sad. And like, why don't you go and dance or do something, or like get some juice or get some candy or get some ice pop or something, or get an ice pop or something and just like have a fun time. So eventually, like after 15 minutes, the disco was like an hour and a half. So after like 15 minutes, he finally gets up and chats to his mates. But he's still all down. He's all like, I just get mad at this point. So I'm just like, we try and like make him happy and he doesn't even care. But that was not the case. It was something bad. Apparently like I'm not going to say in case someone I know is watching. And then they know and then they're like, oh, it's you! Yeah, so no. Yeah, so like he did something. Yeah. So I got my like 100th juice. I was going to put the wrapper away. And him and his mate playing football. He was finally happy. He nearly kicked out my face. Yeah, he nearly kicked it at my face. And he was like, whoa, sorry ladies. He always calls me and my friends ladies. So that's quite nice of him, I guess. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But he's like totally still checking me out. I'm like, okay, can you stop? So then we dance to the Nay Nay again. And then we do cheerleader. And then we do candy. Nay Nay's the best. Wait. Yeah, anyways. So once that's over, they do cheerleader and we go home. And just as I'm about to leave, we stop and we hesitate. Well, I'm walking. And then he's walking that way, I'm walking this way. So like I'm here and he's there. He's like and then like I'm like bye. And then we carry on walking. Yeah. We said bye to each other. Oh my gosh! Yeah. So we said bye to each other. Yeah. I just wish he wouldn't be so sad sometimes, because it's kind of like upsetting sometimes, because I'm trying to have a nice day and someone's sad. So the moral of this story is, if someone's liking you and you like them, it's not bad to share your feelings with them. And I just want to be friends, because he would be a really good friend, I guess, if he wasn't so if he didn't play tricks on me all the time. Yeah. So my tips and stuff for you is, don't be afraid to share your feelings if you know that they like you and they're always checking you out and always whispering to their mates, and everyone in the class knows that he likes you or something. And also, if you feel uncomfortable, you can always talk to an adult, or you could even talk to them if you really wanted to. But I wouldn't. And also, if you don't like them, don't be afraid to tell them, but always break it to them nicely, because you don't want to be he's like, oh, I love you so much, will you go to the dance with me? And no, I hate you so much. And then, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then you're like, yeah, you should be. Just break it to him nicely. So he's like, oh, I love you so much, I want to go to the disco with you. Oh, thank you, that's really nice of you. I didn't know you felt that way about me, but I'm really sorry, but you're not my type. Why don't we just be friends? Yeah, why don't we just be friends? Okay, that sounds great. Yeah. But if he starts getting all oh, I can't believe you, he's like, I don't think you would be a very good, boyfriend. A very good boyfriend. Yeah. So, always, don't be afraid if something's, don't be afraid to tell someone if something's making you feel uncomfortable. If you like them, don't be shy to tell them. And try to break it to them nicely if you don't like them as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on my second story time. And please tell me in the comments below if anything similar has happened to you. And subscribe and like. And okay, so see you in my next video. Bye!